Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this very simple dress. Guys, it depends on you how free you want yours to be. So but mine is just going to be not too free. So the first thing you're going to do is, you see my fabric here. So the width I have here is basically my hip. You use your hip divided by 4. So my hip is 48. Divided by 4 is going to be 12, right? So I added extra 2 inches. I have 1 inch of 1 inch of seam allowance. But if you want it a little bit free, you can do plus extra 3 inches, you understand? So 2 inches of 1 inch of seam allowance. But I'm doing, my hip will be at 12, but I did extra 2 inches. But like, what I'm saying is, if you want it bigger, do extra 3 inches. So now you see the length of my Akara fabric. You see the beginning of the hem, like what Akara normally looks like, from this point here to this point here, the edge of the fabric here. But you see I already cut out the length. I'm going to save this here for later because this will serve as my ruffle at the end of the sleeve. So if I measure from this point to this point, what I'm using is 38, because I want the dress to be about 38 inches, right? I want the dress to be 36 points or so. So I need to add about 1.5 for my seam allowance. So that's why I have 38 here. So then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is just to come here. So this is going to be the shoulder part. I'm going to come up here. So guys, there are 2 of them. The back folded into 2, the front also folded into 2. You understand? So I'm going to come up here, mark like half an inch. I'm not going to use up to 1 inch. Or you can do 0.75, and then this is going to be for the shoulder slope. Come up here, mark 3 inches of neckline. And then I'm going to, the reason why I don't want to do a whole 1 inch is because I don't want the sleeve to be close up. Like, I don't want it fitted by the sleeve. If I want, I can even just leave it the way it is and not close it up entirely, because this is a free dress. But I'm just going to do half an inch here, just because I don't want the opening here to be closed up. That's what I'm trying to say. If I take away 1 inch here and then take away from the seam allowance of sewing it, it will close it up. So I don't want that. So now I'm going to, so guys, from this point now, I'm going to move it all the way to the top here. So I marked half an inch here, moved it up to these 3 inches to give it a little bit like of the shoulder slope. And then the next thing I'm going to do is from the tape, from the top here, I'm going to just straighten my tape, and then I'm going to measure where my armhole would be, which would be normally like at 10, somewhere here. My shoulder to my waist at 17.5, somewhere here. My shoulder to my hip at 24.5, somewhere here. I hope you guys can see it. So the next thing I'm going to do is, on this armhole line, I'm going to go ahead and mark my bust divided by 4, which is going to give me 10.5. I'm going to add 2 inches to it. And then I'm not going to mark anything on my waist. I'm just going to come down to my hip. Hip divided by 4, 12 inches, plus extra 2 inches, 14. So all I have to do is just to connect from here all the way to this point. And then you see I have a little bit of angle here from this point to this point down here. What I'm going to do is just to give it a curve, because you don't want this sharp end. So come out a little bit, like half an inch from where this point of this angle is, a little, and just give it a curve this way. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out, and then cut off my shoulder slope. So guys, after that, the next thing I have to do is just to come up to the neckline here. Remember, we marked 3 inches for the neck width. I'm going to just go ahead and mark 1 inch for my back neckline and 3 inches for the front neckline. So mark 1 inch here, and then I'm also going to mark 3 inches here, and then connect it this way. Connect this one this way. So the one you want to use for the back neckline, you're going to cut it first. So let me go ahead and cut it here. And then I'm going to separate it, remove one. So I'm going to remove the one behind. I'm left with this one. So this is going to be the front neckline. I'm also going to go ahead and cut it. And then after cutting it, I'm going to slit it open down all the way to about 7 inches, depending on how low you want it to be. You can do 6. I'm going to just do all the way to 6 inches, which is somewhere here. You can bring yours down even more than this. So let me just cut it. And that's basically all you have to do. So now So guys, now all I have to do is this opening in the front. All I have to do is just to take this fabric the way it is now, right side facing each other, and then I'm going to just take it like this, trying to sew on that line. Just make sure I follow that same line this way all the way to the top, cross over here, sew it all the way to the top, slit this open, that's this top fabric. After you've sewn this angle, slit this open and then flip it inside of it. So guys, you see I've turned over mine and then sewed it again all the way around just to hold the facing down. So the next thing is just the back. So you see that our back panel now, I'm just going to take it this way, put it like this, shoulder to shoulder, sew this close, sew this close. So you're going to join the two top parts of the shoulder like this. Take it from here, sew it down here, sew it down here. And then when you get to the sleeve part here, the piece that I told you guys that I cut off from the top of my, so guys, you see I folded it into two and split it. So one for each side, one for the other side. So guys, once you close up this shoulder now, all I have to do is just to open it up this way. After closing it up, I'm going to open it up this way, right? And then I'm going to take this here, one of this ruffle here, and then I'm going to just take it like this, put it on it, and then I'll keep gathering it all the way till I get to the other end of the sleeve. So once I finish that, you're also going to go ahead and hem this edge here, and then you close up this side. So guys, this is it here. So you see I finished it. So basically, once you finish that, you close up the armhole. You see what I was saying about the sleeve. Once you join this shoulder, spread this open, start from one end, attach the ruffle to the end, and then close it up all the way down. But you can come down from the armhole here. You see the line of my armhole somewhere here, that 10 inches I mark from here, and then come down 10 inches from that point, and then put in your pocket. And then you're going to leave about 5 inches or 6 inches opening, and then close up the rest. So that's basically how you do it. So I have 2 pockets by the side here, and then once you get to the end, you hem it. So that's basically what mine looks like. And then I added a button just for design, like how it is on the picture, and then use bias to line up the neckline. This is what the back looks like. It's just plain, right? So guys, another thing you should consider when you're putting in this slit is just make sure you add enough slit that your head can fit in, you understand? In case, I know some people might be conscious of, like, maybe they don't want their cleavage to show, but also consider that there's no button at the back, there's no zip. So try to at least bring it down enough that your head will fit. Anywhere from 5 inches to 6, 7 will fit your head. So that's basically it for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.